All right. Let's go ahead and get started here. Hey, everybody, I'm Bob Bakert with Jazz Guitar today. We've got an arrangement of folks today. We got Frank, we got Jimmy, we got Pasquale, we got Vinny, obviously we got me, and we're going to talk about the camps. That's what we're going to talk about. You got a camp coming up, right?
Oh, we got five of them coming up.
Well, like I said, we're going to talk about the camps. So, what's going on with you guys? I was just telling everybody that I've got my New York City shirt on in honor of you guys. This is my John Lennon New York City shirt. So that's what's going on.
Well, I want to start by just saying I am just so honored and thrilled that these three guys are part of the camps. It's pretty amazing that you can get hands-on teaching from Jimmy and Pasquale and Vinny.
I mean,
Especially Jimmy and Pasquale. Forget about Vinny. He's just a rhythm guitar player.
yeah, right. I know better than that. He did save my ass one time. There was that we played that concert out in Woodstock, Georgia, and he played the rhythm behind. Yeah, I sat in with you guys, and he
I
played the
remember.
rhythm behind me. You know the old Miles Davis thing where somebody, or not Miles Davis, who was it that played a bad note, and the guy changed the piano harmony to fit the note? What the was anyway? I thank you. Vinny's rhythm playing saved my ass, but I know he plays solos and plays leads. I've watched that and listened to it many, many times.
No, he's the
So
best.
it is amazing that you can get world class instruction from some of the top players, and go to a camp and have fun and knock back a few with Jimmy and I mean you can have a great time. So tell us about what's going to happen, Frank.
Well, it's just a lot of fun. I think you hit it on the head there. Lot of playing, a lot of small group playing. I mean, I've been to so many guitar camps, taught at so many guitar camps prior to Big Jersey, where no one plays their guitar for 4 days, or you have a class of 60 people. One guy's bringing the guitar that he picked up for the first time, and another person is Pasquale's gone already. He's like, forget about this. I gotta
Where'd you
go
go,
practice.
Pasquale? Come on back in.
He has bad Wi-Fi, he said, so once in a
Oh,
while it goes out. So you could be really at any level and come to our camps as well. We have beginning classes. Most of the folks are intermediate players. We're doing something for the first time called a recording experience camp in November, the first week in November.
right.
That's only, I believe, for 12 people. We have 10 signed up already. And we're going to record every day, have a professional recording session with a mobile engineer. And Jimmy and Gary and I are going to be involved in that one with Ken Smith. And we're going to just record three songs. We're going to record daily, practice those songs, and that's the next one coming up, which I'm real excited about. And then tonight, actually, we're going to meet the great Ulf Wakanius from Sweden. He's going to be playing at Birdland with Pasquale and I. And he's also going to be doing the winter camp this year in February, along with Jimmy and Pasquale and Vinny and myself and Gary. So it's going to be great to meet him. I think this has been the best part for me between Guitar Night and the camps is being able to meet and befriend all of these wonderful players and people. Not just these three guys, but Dave Stryker and just everyone else. I mean, Jimmy, you have a better memory than I do of all the guitars that have been at the camps. We had one down in Georgia, right? We had a
I
few
was
people.
there. I was the one in
That's
Georgia. I
right.
was there.
We did one in Italy where we had Eleonora
I love her.
Strino. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. That's, maybe you guys can add a little bit, but I just have a ball. I look forward to the camps, I think, more than anybody.
Well, let
And
me let me just
at
before,
first students are a little, nervous, thinking they'll be out of their league or something. But by the second day, everybody is feeling so comfortable, jamming a lot, getting all kinds of tips from Jimmy and Vinny and Pasquale and the various teachers at camp. So it's a lot of fun. I really
Frank,
look forward to it.
when I first met, how did you say his name?
Ulf.
It's no, it's umlaut. Ulf. Ulf.
Ulf.
Oof.
Okay, let's all take a shot at that. Go ahead, Vinny.
Oof.
Oof.
Oof. Ooh, I think I
All
pulled
right,
something.
oof.
Ow.
Took, took me 20 minutes when I first met him. I wasn't pronounced but he's a really nice fellow. I'm
Now,
looking
how do
forward.
you
I'm
how
really
do you
looking
pronounce
forward.
his last name?
Joaquinius.
Yeah, I had
Marquinhos.
I had to ask him, like, when I interviewed him a couple of times. In fact, we got another interview coming up soon. How do you pronounce your last name? Because I don't want to murder it more than I murdered your first name. But just on him really quick. I mean, what a player! Holy shit!
Good Oscar Peterson for years.
Oh yeah, well, all you guys are amazing. I mean, I say that, but I mean, it's like, all you guys are great. Frank, you do a hell of a job attracting these. Everybody's got like their own thing for sure, but they're all masters at their thing. It's pretty incredible. I just wanted to say one thing. I did go to the camp in Georgia. It was down in Savannah, Georgia. It was an amazing experience. Watching these guys come in, and like you said, I think people are nervous at first, and that dissolves like instantly. I mean, because and that comes from basically the tone of the camps are set by you, Frank. I mean, you're just the most gracious host I think I've ever seen, and you just bring everybody's there and everybody's comfortable having a great time.
We have a great schedule. We, start with morning warm-ups. Each of the teachers has a morning warm-up, which I think is fabulous. It gets the whole group together in the morning at 9 a.m. and we go till 9 at night, basically. With the teacher-student jams and the various classes, it's really a full day,
Oh yeah,
which is really, I think important to keep busy. How much can you hang out? You want to be playing your guitar when you go to camp. You want
Pas-
to feel comfortable approaching a teacher saying, "Hey, show me that chord I saw you play," or whatever the question is. I think it's important for the students to feel comfortable with the teachers, and that's why we choose this group of teachers because everyone's friendly and everyone's Italian. I don't know if you noticed, but
I think I mentioned that. I said I don't know how we're all going to talk with all you Italians there.
You know what I
Talking
think
over.
is
Hey, no.
a really good thing is that we don't allow any recording of individual guys, so nobody has to feel funny about going up to play.
Right. No video, like no video recording where,
Well, there's
oh,
at night they can if you know,
yeah, but
but
not
like
not
during
during
the
the not during the not during the daily lessons. Is that what you're saying?
yeah,
So
so
people, if they screw up, it's okay. It's no big deal. They don't have to be
right.
embarrassed
learn
about it.
more about
Again, I've worked in many camps where you're trying to teach, and people are more worried about their camera than they are about what you're even saying. They're
I
not
hate
worried. They're
that.
not interested in the guitar at that point. They're interested in making a video.
Yeah, no,
So
I
that
mean,
to
I
me,
I hate that.
it's just it's not productive for this style camp. And
Oh,
while,
absolutely.
we allow people, like, if you want to go up to Jimmy and say, "Hey, Jimmy, show me that chord," and then they take a
Right.
picture of it or do a video. We're very gracious with that kind of time. However, we don't want the focus on the camera or the phone. There's
Oh
enough
yeah.
focus on that. Let's focus on this great instrument and this music that we love so much.
Pasquale, let me ask you a question. I mean, how many of these camps have you done now?
Quite a lot. Probably, I would say maybe 7 or 8, something like that.
And what is your take on all of this? I mean, how do how did give us your feelings about it. Tell us what you think.
I think they're great. As Frank said, the main thing about the camp is that all the participants they get to play a lot, and there's not a lot of talking, but they get to jam, they get to play together. That I think is the main thing of this music, and it's the hardest part of the music to play with other people, and listen to each other and not, you know being in a room by yourself and try to play something, but with outside with other people, and you're playing for somebody, you're playing for the teacher, you're playing for the people at the hotel, you're playing, so it creates a different kind of mentality. Yeah, I always say to my student, it's not gonna happen in your apartment, you know. But you have to be outside, and you have to play with people, and you have to see also people play. So the fact that at night we get to play with the students and they get to see us play, I think it's a big thing for them because they get to see it with their eyes. And I always say, you know, for also for us, for me, you know, I'm I get to see Jimmy play. I get to see Frank play. I get to see Ed Cherry play. I get to see all those great guitar players, and all of them. You know, they have something to say. I get to see Vinny comp, you know, and play and breaking a string with Mike Stern. So you know, it's a great. I think it's a great environment for musicians and for people that are there to see so many great guitar players. They're all different. We all play different, and then they get to play with us, and they get to experience how it feels to play together with somebody that's more experienced than them. So.
Right.
So that's a great thing for them and for us too, because it's nice to see people that they're at their age sometimes that they still want to practice, they still want to get something new, they want to understand about music. And for me, that's important because I get to go home and I say, okay, now it's my time to practice. I ran my mouth for all that time, but let me see what I can do now. So
That's incredible. So Vinny, let's turn to you for just a minute. What is your experiences with the camps and et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, I've probably been doing the camp since the very beginning, since they started. Uh, I mean, I guess it started maybe 10 years ago in Colorado. We started doing some camps, and then it just became the Big Jersey camp, and we started doing it in Jersey. And I just think it's to piggyback on what Pasquale was saying about getting to see like guys like Ed Cherry and Jonathan Stout and John Jorgensen and Yosho Stefan. Just seeing, just for us as the teachers, just seeing all these amazing musicians in one place for a week, and and I think most of the students realize how special that is because us as professional musicians, we realize how special it is, and they're the ones that are really making it happen because without the students, it wouldn't be possible to put all these great players in one place for a week, and everybody is just so nice to hang out with. I think that's also the requisite. You have to be Italian, and you have to be a halfway patient person because a lot of the students, we have lunch with them. They, it's not just a class. It's like it's a whole week of them just being able to pull us aside and say, hey, what were you doing here? What were you doing there? And sometimes if the student is nice enough, we'll let them video us doing a little something for them that they had a question on. But everybody, that's my experience. It's just a bunch of people getting together that just love the instrument. It's all different levels of student and musician. But it's a very transformative place. They definitely, there's some students that have come to almost every camp, and you definitely see progress. And I think that being surrounded by fellow students and other musicians that are, you should always be around or try to play with people that are better than you. And there's definitely the opportunity to do that at the Big Jersey camp. I think everybody brings something unique to the table. And I just think it's just a guitar, it's a guitar camp where you play. Like my fingers are sore afterwards. Everybody's sitting around in the corner. We're picking a tune. We're playing. I ask, does anybody have any questions on this tune? Like, let's just dig deep into this tune, and let's just go around. Let's play. Let's see where everybody's at. And I think as the days go by, it's usually 4 or 5 days. By day 2 or 3, people are unafraid to ask questions, and they, we're really digging deep into the music, into the song, into the style that they want to play. So I think it's a special place to obsess about your passion for a few days.
Unbelievable. Hey, Jimmy, let me ask you a question. Thanks, Vinny. Let me ask you a question. So, what are the top two or three things that the students are going to ask you about when you walk in the room and you start playing a tune? What questions do you kind of get asked the most? What do people want to know?
Fingering. Fingering.
Oh, fingering. Okay.
Yeah. I have a new way to do it. I have to mention, Vinny said something that struck me with playing with people that are better than you. That's how I learned how to play as a
Hmm.
kid. And I always ask questions, But I have this new way of what can I play over this chord like this? And, I simplify. And then I have one here and one here and one here. I tried that the last camp we did, and it really went over.
You have a book on that subject. I think it's the
Oh, not yet. No.
from years ago, fingering. So don't I have a signed
No,
copy of
that
that?
was an assignment from Melvay. That's something
Oh,
else.
okay. All right. Okay.
That's not even valid anymore.
We'll look. All right. We'll look. I happen to have a signed copy for anybody who would like put that on eBay. So
You
Frank, what,
and Jimmy Bruno pick for 25 cents.
there you go. Bring a bunch of those. So Frank, from your perspective, what do you think the students come in looking for the most?
I think they come in looking for cannolis, number one, because
Well, I have a
figuring
question
fitting from
about
New
that too.
Jersey, I mean, you can't beat that. Um, I think they come in looking to be able to leave with a piece of information that they can take with them to practice.
Right.
That sort of is my goal with each student is you're going to be learning a lot over the week. Pick one piece of information that you like, whether it's a foundational little 2/5 riff, whether it's the fingering from Jimmy, whether it's a harmonic or warm-up concept with Pasquale, a little rhythm trick with Vinny. Take one thing and take it with you. So I think they're looking for something to take home with them to practice to get better.
I call that opening the door.
Yeah,
Like
and I think they also look for some just what's the word I'm looking for? Just a little, assurance, reassurance that they can play a song with someone.
oh
A
yeah.
little reassurance that what they're practicing is working. So I don't like to see people leave camp frustrated, which very rarely does that happen. Usually people are very excited when they leave and can hardly wait to practice.
Right.
Every once in a while, someone I could tell they're frustrated. So, I take them on the side, I'll give them a lesson, really kind of get them feeling good about the guitar and not frustrated because it is a frustrating instrument. We, as professionals, after a night's playing, sometimes feel frustrated. Like, wow, I wish I could have did better. I mean, we've talked about it many times. Jimmy, Vinny, Pasquale,
Sure.
and I, with Mike Stern, we leave like, man, I kind of played crappy tonight. But that's natural. That's a natural
Right.
feeling. But we want the students to leave feeling good about playing the guitar and feeling like they are getting something to go practice with so the next time they come back, they're a better player, musician. Now, one story about that camp in Colorado, there's one of our students who has been to just about every camp. And he decided in his retirement he wanted to learn how to play guitar. So he bought a guitar and went to Crested Butte, Colorado to
Oh
learn
God.
how to play. And he had never really even touched the guitar before. So now, after 10 years, he's playing. He's one of the better players at the camps. He's playing all the songs he wants to play. Can he tell you all the theory and all that stuff? I don't know, but he sure is playing pretty good. And he's a real asset to the camp now because, he's an advocate for, the way we teach, which is basically through immersion in playing.
Well, the other thing that I witnessed, and I don't know if this is still part of it, but I think that I thought was pretty cool is that people are playing together in ensemble. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're at home, playing your songs, that's cool, or even a play along, video or something. But that's not the same as feeling that guy next to you,
Especially
or
when it's Jimmy or
yeah,
Pasquale or Vinny.
that's where I was going with this. And you got a world class, truly world class players. I mean, that's an overused term, but truly world class players. That are like right there in the room next. There are people next to you. They're watching you, and you can't get that anywhere else except for live and in person with that human being. I mean, that's the only place that can happen. And
Right.
and to have people that are doing, like, if you go to a local jam session, and I've seen them where they're really friendly, and I've seen them when they're not. Where
And
people are
that's the
looking down their
worst.
noses, and there's none of that bullshit going on. I mean, it's all very, very encouraging, very supportive, very informative. You get the vibe from each other, which I think is a major thing in ensemble playing, and that's really, one of Vinny's strengths is being that guy. Is keeping the tempo where it wants to be, feeling what that other player is doing, and how is this working out, and what's he doing with his thing, and all of that. That's a major deal. And having players of your caliber, what people don't understand is that you can, in your playing, in your ensemble playing, you can feel what that other person's doing, and you can make your playing as supportive as they need, to help them, overcome this or overcome that, and then in real time give them feedback on what's going on, what they're doing. So I think it's incredible. That's just me.
Yeah, well, thanks, Bob. We really had a vision when we started the camps of what's going on now. So it's pretty cool to see it come to fruition and see so many people who are interested, because we usually sell out every camp because we limit the number we can take.
Right.
So we keep that small teacher to student ratio, which is important. Again, trying to teach 50 people at once is near impossible, especially when they're all different levels. It's near
Yeah, yeah,
impossible.
in the same room.
Right.
That's an important feature that you guys need to, that you break into small groups, small rooms, individual teachers. It's not a lecture, it's not a Harvard lecture hall. Unless it's changed. What I witnessed is that, each one of you guys has got your own room, and you move them around, move people around, and all that kind of thing. And it's all, small group, small format, so that
Yep.
you really, everybody's engaged all the time. It's not like, oh, I'm listening to this lecture, I'm gonna go sleep for a while. Each environment that you're brought into, you are fully engaged. You're a member. Your classmates, if you will, are counting on you to be engaged because they need to engage with you, and that's tremendous. I mean, that doesn't happen all the time. That's really, really
No,
tremendous.
they're very unique. They're very
Yeah,
unique. And
it
it's
it
right
it
near Newark Airport. We were doing these kind of destination camps in these remote places, but we finally realized that, wow, let's get a place 20 minutes from Newark Airport. So people from all over the world
fly
can
in.
come to a major airport, and
Yep.
within 20 minutes, they're having coffee and a cannoli and hanging out. It's really amazing.
And the airfares into New York City are some of the cheapest going.
Right, exactly.
So that's it's not like flying into, some remote city someplace. Well, as many could speak to. So I have a question for you, a very serious question. That is, and with you Italians, who's going to make the sauce?
Well, we are kind of, that's the one problem we have. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Pasquale is going to make the sauce.
And why is he going to make the sauce? Because he has the best olive oil from his family farm. That's why.
Ah, okay.
True.
That is,
And is Gary is going to be there?
yes, Gary's always there. Yep, because it's really important for guitarists to feel what it's like to play with a great bass player. There's nothing better when you have a great bass player. It just makes it easy to
I
play.
I being a guitar player my whole life, I will say that I think the bass is the most important instrument in the ensemble.
Yeah,
You
and the
can
drummer, if there is a drummer, because the
Well, the
drummer
thing
makes
about
the
the
shit.
drums, I've experimented with this just for fun, is that you can change the drum track but keep the bass line and the harmony the same, and you haven't changed a whole lot.
Right.
You can change the harmony and keep the bass track and the drum track, and you haven't changed a whole lot. But if you can change the bass line, you change everything. The
Right.
whole, and that, and a great bass player is, I mean, I watch Gary and listen to him play, and I just go, holy, I just, he befuddles me. I mean,
And he has 301,000 miles on his car. Can you believe that?
I love that guy, and he's
I
a
mean, that
dad.
is
He's a
that's
relatively new dad.
impressive.
Uh,
Forget about all those songs he knows and the incredible bass lines and his great sense of timing, but the car, 300,000 miles. That's
well, and you're playing with a bass player that backed up Les Paul for all those years.
and Tal
And
Farlow,
Tal Farlow, and I mean,
Mallory
he knows a
McPartland.
little bit about playing, and Frank Vignola, and Jimmy
Well, yes.
Bruno, and Pasquale Grasso, and Vinny Raniolo, and I mean, he knows a little bit about playing with world class players, and when he's the guy that's holding down the bass underneath your lines, you go, holy shit, this
And
is.
I'm very happy and proud to say that Jimmy Bruno is going to be at Birdland October 1st and 15th with Pasquale.
Oh, all right.
He always says, Frank, you can talk a hungry dog off a meat truck. Well, I finally said, listen, you can't stop playing. It's not fair to the jazz guitar community, in my opinion. It's not fair.
Well,
Someone like Jimmy Bruno is going to not share his talent for everybody because after last camp and that performance of a couple of tunes, it was pretty evident that, you need to keep going, Jimmy.
well, that's absolutely true, Jimmy. I mean,
So I offered him $75 this time instead of 50, and he took the gig. So
you're you could. I'm not going to say a word about that one.
remember those gigs, Jimmy? $75, $50. I made my living on those
And
gigs growing up.
two slices to go along with it.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, yeah, if you're lucky. Um, well, Jimmy, just speaking of Jimmy, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're one of the great voices of this instrument, and yeah, you got to just, if I got to come up there personally and handcuff you to drag you to a gig, I'm going to one day because you just got to keep playing.
Well,
Your whole
I really don't have a choice. I have to keep playing.
I know you're playing in two or three notes. I can tell it's you.
And
And
that's
your
all.
hands are feeling better too. Part of the issue was your hands, and now they're feeling better. So you
Oh,
got to
okay, well,
take
good.
advantage of the
I didn't know.
time.
I did not know that. So,
Much better carpal tunnel, and I've been get cortisone shots here and there help.
oh yeah, yeah, really,
Things
really good.
they're looking good.
So let's talk about the dates that are coming up and available, and we'll talk about the recording camp as well. While we got you guys, so we're going to put a graphic up with this so that people watching the video can see the graphic and the dates. But why don't we just tell them what they're going to be, where you're going to be, when are you going to be, blah 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 blah. Frank.
Okay, the next three camps are at Calandra's Hotel in Fairfield, New Jersey, about 20 minutes from Newark Airport. The next camp is kind of a specialty camp, a recording experience camp with Jimmy and Gary and myself. We're only taking 10 people or 12 people.
Right.
We already have, I think, most sign up. But that's going to be just, educational recording, basically. Every day we're going to practice and have a recording session. So, number one, you can take something home with you as a nice
Right.
memory, but also to experience the intensity of a recording session. It's a
Right.
little bit different than a performance. It's just a different way of focusing on the music. And we tried it out at the last camp. We had four people we offered it to, and it was great. It was really great. After 45 minutes, everyone got relaxed and they were playing great in 5 takes and they were choosing their takes. And everyone was so thrilled and excited that we said, let's give this a shot to see if that would work. November 2 through 7. Part of the camp, too, is we get a bus and we take a trip into Birdland
Oh yeah.
Wednesday night for guitar night. So it's a very special night because the bus comes and picks us up at the hotel, drops us right in front of Birdland, see the show. Always a lot of people sitting in that night. and then take the bus back to the hotel. So it's a very, safe environment to see New York City. Some people have been in New York City the first time thanks to our camps. So
Right.
I think that's a pretty special event. The next one's in winter, called our winter camp. That's in February. I forget the exact dates, but BigJerseyGuitarCamps.com
Right.
is the information. That's going to have Pasquale, Vinny, Jimmy, myself, and Ulf Wakanius.
Wow.
Yes, I know. Did I do that well? I said that pretty
I
good.
thought, well, I thought you did pretty good. I was just thinking
Thanks,
that
Bob.
that
I was
that lineup,
practicing for tonight.
that lineup is pretty crazy. So
Oh,
you
it's
see,
pretty crazy. And
is he,
Gary and Ken Smith, Frank Soul, we have our really group of core people who have proven extremely effective that we don't really need anybody else, to be honest with you.
yeah,
However, adding these great iconic talents, I think, is important, not only for us to experience them as teachers, but also for the students. I mean, to be able to hang with the guy who played with Oscar Peterson for all those years, I
uh,
mean, that's a pretty special event, in my opinion. So I'm really looking forward again to meeting him tonight.
while the
And
other
then we have
players,
our Django Jam camp in March. Now, that's another specialized camp because I got to tell you, those Django jammers, they like to play all hours of the night. They were up till 4 or 5 in the morning in the jam rooms playing. And then they would get up for morning warm-ups and, have their coffee with them and they're right back in it. So that's a real special one with Yoshio Stefan, who I think is just one of the top players in the world, but also for that style. I mean,
no, he's
nobody
phenomenal.
quite plays that style like him.
No, he's
He's
phenomenal.
such a good, energetic guy. He just
Yeah.
really is always willing and available, and that's what I really like about him.
We have him on the docket for jazz guitar today. We've
Oh
talked
yeah,
about
he's
coming in.
great. And then we're going to go to Italy together to Suave. We're almost sold out of that one too, I'm very happy to say.
Yeah.
So, and that's a little different style of camp because we eat. We don't
Imagine
really play
that.
guitars at that camp. We eat and we hang out and drink espresso and stuff like that. So it's more like hanging with the Italians in Italy.
So
No, I'm kidding. We do
who's
play
who teaches
guitar.
at that who teaches at that camp?
That's going to be us right here with Gary and Ken Smith. And if we get enough, if we sell out, we will add. We'll try to add Eleonora for a day, if we can, if she's available.
Right.
So, but other than that, this is it because we only take 20 people for that camp
Right.
due to the hotel is not really that big. So
Right.
we can't accommodate more than that. But we don't necessarily want to because that's a real special place, Suave, Italy. Very small town, but a very special town which housed the Suave Guitar Festival for many, many years. So that was our connection into that small little town. And then we do our summer camp 2026 in New Jersey, and we're going to do another camp associated with Peter Henrikson's Archtop Festival because he just sort of announced that he's going to be doing that again. So
Yep.
he called us up and said, "You want to do the camp?" So we're working out those details now. So those are the 6 camps we have going, and yearly we do the winter camp, the summer camp, and every other year we do the Denver camp. And then we have specialty camps as we go, depending on supply and demand, basically.
A couple things for people that are concerned about the cost. The New Jersey camps are probably going to be the budget friendliest ones because you can fly right into New York and the hotel is a nice hotel, but you're not, it's not a resort hotel. So, um,
Well, to that point, we try to really keep the cost as inexpensive as we possibly can.
oh yeah,
Meaning, I see some of the prices of these camps. I'm like, man, we should charge more. But then I say, you know what? We shouldn't charge more because, like you said, those are more resort hang with the star camps. They're
yeah,
not like get in the room with the 5 chairs and let's play camp. And that's sort of why even our most expensive camp is like really a third of the price of most of the camps that are out there.
Yeah,
You
I,
know, we do keep that in mind. Prices rise, as you know. I mean, everything's more expensive than it was even 6 months ago. So it's really hard to, not raise the prices a little bit because, we like to, pay these guys what they deserve as well.
of
How are
course.
we going to get these teachers if we don't charge the money? Because no one works for free, obviously. And again, it's not that much compared to for what you're getting.
Well, I want to make a comment about that because of the faculty that you put together and the celebrity camps, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's a whole different vibe, and but you put together a faculty that truly is a faculty. I
Right.
mean, how many schools are you teaching at now, Pasquale?
I have few. I teach at Purchase, the New School, and Tribeca Jazz Institute.
I mean, so here's a professional. Not only is a professional guitarist, but he's also a professional educator.
Well, Jimmy
Frank,
was
I
at
think.
the Philadelphia Institute for the Arts for how many years? I mean, you were there for forever since I met you until you retired, basically.
Well,
Yeah,
go
eight
ahead.
years, 8 years at that school.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, you've been teaching as long as I can remember. I mean, I took one of your. It wasn't a camp; it was a thing, down in Atlanta. I mean, how many years ago was that? 15, 20 years ago.
I've been teaching since I was 16 years old.
I know. I mean, so as I'm saying, you're a professional educator. And Frank, oh my God. I mean,
Well, I don't really consider myself a professional educator. These guys really know how to teach. They have methods. I mean it. I mean, I could show people things, but I'm not really a true educator in the sense of, you
I
know,
got to stop you right there.
well, I'm
Okay.
just saying,
Yeah,
I have my
says the
little things
guy
I
that's
do,
got
but
more educational videos on True Fire than anybody else on the planet. How many?
well,
How
that's
many?
because I'm a workaholic, Bob. That has nothing to do
Yeah,
with my ability. I
you
say
are
the
an
same
educator,
thing in
my
every
friend.
video.
You are an educator. Don't sell, sell crap someplace else. We got plenty of it here.
Well, I'm just saying these guys are real teachers,
Oh,
and
they
Vinny
definitely
and I
are.
have done. Me and Vinny have done how many clinics throughout the world? Like probably 500, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we've always got the students playing at
Right.
every one of our clinics. Within 15 minutes, we have students up playing. And that to me is what is most important about teaching is let's get you playing. What song do you want to play? Let's just play the melody, the basics. That's what I like to teach. Like, I can't tell you how many students I have. And then I'm like, okay, let's get that metronome and just play the melody for all the things you are. You think
Right.
that would be an easy task? That's one of the hardest things to do as a student of jazz guitar is just play the melody with a metronome.
Just play the
It's
melody.
very difficult to do. No fills, no nothing. Just the melody and make it swing through offbeats and phrasing. I mean, that's what I think is very important to work on.
Well, it's interesting. I have hands-on experience with that with you because when you called me up to play with you all those years ago, I mean, you didn't know if I could hit a note.
Well, we did the sound check together,
And
so we
so
had a good
and
idea of what we
so what songs did you play? You threw me the two softest balls there are on the planet. You threw at me Autumn Leaves and Summertime. And one is an A minor, one's an E minor, and you made me sound pretty good. You're accommodating as all hell, and
That
I
was
learned
all
something
Vinny.
watching you play, and it was just a great experience. I mean, I was very nervous about it because I knew you were going to call me up, and it was a full house. It was probably in that room. There was probably a couple hundred people in that room that day, and you just put me at ease right away. I mean, right away, and I had a great experience. I still have the video of it, and I share it from time to time. And I've seen you time and time again, at the Rocky Mountain Art Shop Festival. I've seen your demeanor. If people out there listening and watching to what we're talking about, do not be afraid to go to the New Jersey camp if you're afraid your playing isn't going to be good enough, because I promise you, they will find the gold that you have within you and polish it up, and you will leave feeling good about yourself, feeling better about your playing, and you will leave with stuff that you can work on forever with an experience you just can't do anywhere else, period.
Thank you, Bob. That's well said, and I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Um, Anything else you guys want to bring up while we're here? How do they sign up for the recording camp before we go?
BigJerseyGuitarCamps.com. You leave a little deposit and you have your spot. And then we'll reach out to you, pretty much immediately and figure out what songs you want to record.
Are we going to mention Joni while we're here?
Sure. Joni left Big Jersey, by the way. So she's no longer with us. She went on for some other opportunities.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. It's all good. We, all good terms. Very happy for her that her growth in business and stuff like that.
Right.
So we're kind of transitioning now to new people.
Okay.
But we're still on top of it. She's helping us with the transition. So that's So
All my best to her.
Thank you. Right.
Gentlemen, I thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about this. So the camp tonight is at Birdland, Wednesday night. It's easy to do, go onto YouTube and stream the show. It's streamed every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock.
8:30.
8:30. At 8:30, it's Frank Vignola's guitar night at Birdland. You've been doing this now for, is it a couple of years?
4 years almost.
4 years. And
Jimmy and I started Guitar Night at Birdland.
I remember.
Thanks to Ryan, whose idea it was.
I remember you telling me that you were going to do it, and I remember the first night. And what I was going to tell you on that is that all that stuff is archived on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube, and if you want to say, "Gee, I want to see Jimmy and Frank play together," well, there's several videos there you can watch. The band is incredible.
Radio Free Birdland is the name of the channel.
Yeah, and it's all there, and Wednesday nights, and you can watch it. The sound and the video, a lot of stuff that's done live is not done very well. But as I think you told me, it's NBC or CBS or ABC that their retired engineer from there is the guy
used to work for CBS. Yeah, the guy
CBS is doing the video.
Well, they're not involved. He used to work for CBS.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is that it's all professionally done. The recording, the sound coming off of the stage is superlative. The camera angles are great. The quality of the video cameras are very, very good.
The
music
production stinks, but
pardon me?
I said the music stinks, but
the music is world class. But what I'm saying is, go and watch that. I mean, it is a class. I mean, just to listen to those guys play. And the thing that you do get from going there is watching all these things we're talking about playing with other musicians, playing with the drum, playing with the piano player, playing with the bass player, playing with each other. And you've got some horn players that come in from time to time. It's just tremendous experience. And with that, unless somebody wants to add something, Jimmy, last thoughts?
No, you guys covered it all.
Vinny, last thoughts?
Oh, that was great. Thanks for taking the time to do this.
Oh yeah, Pasquale, anything?
Come to camp.
How do you play that chord you were playing the other night? Well, never mind. Actually, kidding. Frank, you want to take us out?
Well, I'll take you out with this chord that I learned from Pasquale, B minor 7.
It sounds like a B minor 7. Fantastic. Well, Bob Bakert with the greatest pasta guys in the world, who, by the way, play the hell out of the guitar.
And we're
jazz
gonna,
guitar today.
If anybody's interested, Italian sandwiches at 6:30 around the corner from Birdland. They're the best in the world that I've ever had. So,
man,
for the sandwiches tonight, Pasquale.
What are we gonna do tonight?
Man,
I think we do the sandwiches again, huh?
Oh man.
Okay.
I've got to get up there. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Anytime,
I
Bob.
appreciate it.
Anytime.
Bye, Bob.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye bye now.
Good to see all of you.
Thank you all. Really, I appreciate your time.
Bye bye.